Imagine stumbling upon a remote part of the world where time seems to have stopped, and the rules of modern civilization hold no sway. In these places, ancient tribes exist, living according to traditions that are as old as the earth itself. Some of these tribes are known for their terrifying rituals, while others have been known to attack outsiders without warning. But what drives them to live this way? What ancient customs do they follow that make them so dangerous? And most importantly, what would happen if you accidentally cross their path? In this video, we'll explore the scariest tribes you do not want to meet. These tribes are so isolated and fiercely protective of their way of life that meeting them could be the last thing you ever do. So are you ready to step into a world where danger lurks in every shadow and curiosity could cost you everything? Just be warned, this journey is not for the faint of heart. So stick around and find out if you have what it takes to face these tribes. North Sentinelese. Our journey begins with the Sentinelese people, living on North Sentinelese Island in the Bay of Bengal, are one of the last remaining uncontacted tribes in the world. Their ancestors have lived there for tens of thousands of years, developing a unique lifestyle that has stayed largely unchanged by the modern world. In the late 1960s, attempts were made to connect with them, but these meetings quickly became hostile. Despite efforts to communicate, the tribe's resistance and the potential danger of introducing diseases led the government to stop trying in the mid-1990s. Over the years, many outsiders have tried to make contact with the Sentinelese, but the tribe has remained firmly against any kind of interaction. They view anyone from the outside world as a threat to their way of life and respond with hostility, even towards those attempting to offer aid. Their island environment has helped them become highly skilled in survival techniques, including hunting and fishing. They use traditional tools like bows and arrows for hunting and fish in the surrounding waters to meet their needs. To protect the Sentinelese and their land, the Indian government has put strict rules in place. Unauthorized entry to the island is forbidden, with a 5-kilometer buffer zone around it, and no one can visit or study the area without official approval. Even though they avoid the outside world, there have been occasional incidents that bring attention to the tribe. In 2006, 2 fishermen who stayed too close to the island were killed by the tribe, reinforcing the importance of respecting their territory and their desire to remain isolated. The Asmat tribe. Asmat tribe has intrigued researchers for years, living in the remote mangrove forests of Papua New Guinea. The Asmat people have developed traditions that stand out from other cultures. One of their most remarkable talents lie in their wood carving. They are famous for creating intricate wooden statues, sculptures, and other artifacts that often depict historical figures, spirits, and animals. These carvings are not just decorative. They represent their spiritual beliefs and reflect their strong bond with nature. Alongside their artistic abilities, the Asmat have a profound spiritual connection to the forest. They believe it is home to powerful spirits and the souls of their ancestors. To honor and communicate with these spirits, they perform elaborate ceremonies that include intricate dances, chants, and offerings. These rituals are essential for seeking guidance and ensuring harmony with the spirit world. The Asmat people's history of cannibalism is also deeply tied to their spiritual and cultural beliefs. For them, consuming the flesh of their enemies wasn't merely an act of violence, but a way to absorb their strength and wisdom. This practice was believed to have safeguarded the well-being and success of their community. However, cannibalism was not a common practice and was usually reserved for specific ceremonies or as a form of revenge. Despite their fierce reputation, Asmat are also known for their skills as navigators and traders. They expertly navigate the difficult waters of the mangrove swamps using carved canoes, traveling to trade with neighboring tribes. These trade missions help them exchange goods, share knowledge, and strengthen alliances with other communities. In summary, the Asmat tribe's rich and layered culture offers a unique insight into the ways humans adapt to their environment, blending artistry, spirituality, and survival skills in a remote and challenging world. Deslala tribe. The Deslala tribe, also called the Kubo Indians, live deep within the dense rainforests of Brazil's Javari River Valley. This area, which is isolated and hard to reach, serves as their ancestral land. It is a vast region filled with diverse plant and animal life, offering the tribe plenty of natural resources for their survival. One of the key aspects that sets the Deslala apart is their strong link to the Panoan language. This language not only connects them to other indigenous groups such as the Matis and Muna Indians, but also helps them safeguard their traditions, stories, and culture. They pass down this cultural knowledge through generations by way of oral storytelling. A unique feature of the Dasala tribe is their hairstyle, where the back of the head is shaved short, while the front remains longer, along with their distinct hair. They decorate their bodies with intricate art and wear ornaments crafted from natural materials found in their surroundings. These decorations hold cultural significance, symbolizing their identity, heritage, and status within the tribe. Although the Daslala tribe is small in amount and their homeland is remote, they have managed to retain control over their territory and maintain their traditional way of life. They are skilled hunters using tools like blowguns to hunt small animals with precision, while also setting up traps and snares to catch larger ones. In recent times, the Daslala people have faced growing threats from outside forces, such as illegal logging, deforestation, and invasion by outsiders. Despite these challenges, they continue to fiercely defend their land and are dedicated to protecting their culture and way of life from external influences. The Batak tribe. The Batak tribe from Palawan has a rich and long-standing cultural history that dates to prehistoric times. Although their population is small, they've managed to keep their traditional way of life and customs alive despite the pressures of modernization. They primarily survive through swidden farming, hunting, and gathering natural resources such as honey, rattan poles, and alma resin. Creeks, rivers, and the sea are their main source of food, and their ability to adapt to these environments makes them known for their agility. Physically, the Batak people are characterized by their short stature, dark skin, and curly hair. They have developed great knowledge about the local plants and animals, which helps them sustain themselves through farming, hunting, and gathering. One of the most intriguing aspects of their culture is their deep spiritual connection with nature. They believe that nature spirits inhabit the rocks and trees around them. These spirits are honored and called upon in rituals and ceremonies, which the tribe believes can heal and protect their community. At the turn of the century, the Batak population was estimated to be around 1,000 people. However, the 1990 census recorded only 450 individuals. Currently, they live in 8 communities, and despite changes in the world, they strive to maintain their traditional lifestyle. Their social structure includes a chieftain, who is selected by the elders to lead and make decisions on behalf of the community. This ensures that leadership is both collective and focused on the tribe's best interests. In recent years, the Bak have faced difficulties such as threats to their land and resources. Yet they continue to hold on to their cultural identity and values, adapting as they have done for centuries while staying resilient in the face of these modern challenges. The Mosuo tribe. In the remote mountains of southwest China, near the serene Lugu Lake, lies a small and mysterious community known as the Mosuo people. Surrounded by deep valleys and towering peaks, this secluded tribe has lived in isolation for centuries, sparking both fear and curiosity with their unique way of life. Though often misunderstood by outsiders, the Mosuo culture is deeply rooted in ancient traditions that many find puzzling. The Mosuo are believed to be descendants of the Bonpo religion, a spiritual practice founded by Tibetans who fled to China in the 8th century. Their ancestors were magicians who embraced the concept of rebirth and developed a complex spiritual belief system. Even today, the tribe holds onto many magical practices from their Bonpo roots. They believe in a spirit world that exists alongside our physical one, and their magicians act as mediators between these realms to maintain balance. What often leaves visitors in awe is the matriarchal structure of Mosuo society. Here, women are the heads of the households, owning all the property and making family and community decisions. Men play a more secondary role and do not participate in the decision-making process. Though this arrangement may surprise outsiders, it works smoothly for the Mosuo, reflecting their strong cultural values. One of the most intriguing and, to some, perplexing customs is the practice of walking marriage. In this system, men and women do not live together or form traditional committed relationships. Instead, men visit women at night and return to their own homes in the morning. This practice allows women to have multiple partners without jealousy or possessiveness playing a role, a concept that may seem unfamiliar but is an integral part of Mosuo life. Often labeled as one of the most fearsome tribes due to their distinct customs, the Mosuo people are not frightened in any real sense. Their way of life has simply been shaped by centuries of history and their rugged environment, making their traditions seem unusual to the outside world. However, at the heart of their culture lies a deeply spiritual belief system and a societal structure that thrives on balance and harmony. Moken Tribe. The Moken Tribe is an Austronesian group that inhabits the Mergui Archipelago, a collection of around 800 islands claimed by both Thailand and Burma. Scholars trace their ancestry back to southern China approximately 6,000 years ago, before they dispersed across various islands in South Asia. Currently, there are between 2,000 and 3,000 Mochen living in these islands, leading a semi-nomadic lifestyle focused on hunting and gathering, with a strong reliance on the sea. The community consists of similar number of men and women, roughly 1,005 men and 1,005 women, who communicate in a distinct Austronesian language called Mochen. Despite their rich cultural heritage, the Mochen face numerous challenges that threaten their way of life. Their population is declining, and modern issues such as immigration and property laws create continuous hurdles for their migratory lifestyle. The Moken are semi-nomadic, shifting between seasonal settlements on various islands and adapting their fishing and gathering techniques to suit changing environmental conditions. Traditionally, they construct stilt houses over shallow waters, which offer easy access to fishing spots and protection from storms. Known for their remarkable free diving abilities, children are trained from a young age to hold their breath for long periods, allowing them to dive deep and gather seafood without using diving gear. However, modernization, environmental decline, and government regulations increasingly threaten their traditional ways. As tourism and development invade their lands, the Mochen struggle to preserve their cultural practices and heritage. Yet there are ongoing efforts to support the community in maintaining their unique lifestyle while navigating the challenges posed by a changing world. Suri Tribe. The Suri tribe, native to Ethiopia and parts of South Sudan, is a remarkable group with a rich cultural background. They have a population of around 34,000 people and live mainly in southwestern Ethiopia. The tribe is divided into three main groups: the Turaga, Chai, and Bana. Their traditional beliefs revolve around a sky god known as Tumu, with the Kimura, a significant figure within the tribe, acting as a mediator between the people and their deity, playing an important role in religious ceremonies. Though they live in remote areas of semi-arid plains, foothills, and valleys, the Suri tribe maintains relationships with nearby groups. However, these connections are often marked by rivalries and conflicts, particularly with groups from Sudan. These conflicts, sometimes involving raids into Ethiopian territory, have become more intense due to the influx of modern weapons from Sudanese civil war, resulting in violent clashes and heightened tensions. The tribe is proud of its identity, which is shown through unique customs and traditions. A notable tradition among Suri women involves preparing for marriage by undergoing beautifying processes like removing the bottom teeth, piercing their lower lips, and inserting large clay lip plates. While these practices were once common, they are gradually declining as outside influences and modernization slowly change the tribe's way of life. Despite the pressures and challenges brought by the modern world, the Suri people continue to stay strongly connected to their cultural roots. Their way of life offers an insight into a traditional lifestyle that, although changing, still holds on to its deep-rooted heritage. Yiafo people. Deep in the dense jungles of central Papua New Guinea, the Yiafo tribe exists as a mysterious community that has remained largely isolated from the outside world. Their hidden way of life has intrigued explorers for many years. The first significant encounter with the modern world took place in 1988, when the adventurous explorer Benedict Allen discovered their secluded village. As he journeyed into the heart of the jungle, Allen found himself in a place where modern conveniences were absent, and time seemed to stand still. Initially cautious about outsiders, the tribe surprisingly welcomed him, inviting him to join in their traditional rituals and ceremonies as an honored guest. This experience allowed Allen to gain a rare glimpse into their rich cultural practices and ancient traditions. Surrounded by the lush rainforest, the Yiafo tribe has developed incredible survival skills. Their expertise in hunting, fishing, and growing plants has helped them thrive in one of the toughest environments on Earth. The thick forest provides them with ample cover, allowing them to navigate the jungle skillfully, avoiding dangers while utilizing its abundant resources. What makes this tribe truly unique is their extraordinary physical abilities. The men, known for their strength and agility, are said to possess the spirit of crocodiles, enabling them to confront these fierce creatures with remarkable bravery. Additionally, their exceptional tree climbing skills allow them to scale towering trunks effortlessly, giving them an advantage in both hunting and defense. Despite the challenges of language, Alan's interactions with the Yafo tribe offered valuable insights into their way of life. Kundiawa tribe. In the rich valleys of Kundiawa, at an altitude of about 2,000 meters above sea level, the Kundiawa tribe thrives amidst the rugged landscape shaped by the Chimu River. This vibrant community is known for its unique customs and colorful culture. One of the most captivating features of the tribe is their stunning dances, which serve a dual purpose: to intimidate rivals and draw in curious visitors. The people create a mesmerizing spectacle called the dancing skeletons, adorning their bodies with intricate designs that mimic skeletal structures. This impressive display not only instills fear in their enemies, but also generates income from tourism. The dance rituals have deep roots in the tribe's ancient traditions, connecting them to their ancestors and the natural world. Each performance is carefully choreographed, reflecting their rich cultural heritage and spiritual belief. Their homes also tell a story of resilience. Constructed in oval or rectangular shapes with mud floors and low roofs, these traditional dwellings illustrate their close bond with the land. Men live together in a communal house, fostering friendship and a sense of collective responsibility, while women, children, and pigs occupy separate houses for safety. Living in a region often marked by conflicts and territorial disputes, the Kundiawa people have adapted with ingenuity. Though neighboring tribes may view them as devilish, the Kundiawa are not aggressive. Instead, they embrace their cultural traditions and find strength in their unity, thriving despite the challenges around them. The Suareno people. The Suareno people are an indigenous group residing deep within the lush rainforest of Peru. Primarily found in the spotless area of Manu National Park, in the Madre de Dios region, their population is estimated to be between 100 to 250 individuals today, a remarkable increase from just 20 to 100 in the 1970s. They speak a unique dialect of the Puro language. With a tragic history that has shaped their relationship with outsiders, the Suareno people have developed a strong aversion to outside contact. This deep-seated mistrust stems from a horrific event in the 1890s, when Peruvian industrialist Carlos Fitzcar orchestrated the brutal killing of many tribe members along the upper Manu River. The survivors retreated into the dense forest, seeking isolation and safety. Living as hunter-gatherers, the Suareno have adapted to their environment, relying on the rich resources of the rainforest for their sustenance. Their traditional knowledge passed down through generations allows them to expertly navigate the thick jungle, hunting small game for protein and gathering fruits, nuts, and medicinal plants. Despite their preference for solitude, the Suareno are not entirely shielded from outside influences. There have been rare instances of interaction, such as in 2013 when some tribe members sought help from nearby villages during desperate times, asking for food to survive. These encounters highlight their vulnerability, especially to modern diseases. To protect the Suareno people's way of life and health, the Peruvian government has implemented measures to limit contact with outsiders. This ban aims to preserve their unique culture and safeguard them from the harmful pressures of the modern world, allowing the Suareno to continue their age-old traditions in relative peace. Chukchi people. The Chukchi people, or wetland people, live in the northeastern part of Siberia, Russia. In the late 20th century, their population was around 14,000, divided mainly into two groups, the reindeer Chukchi and the maritime Chukchi. Although they share a common language called Chukchi, each group leads a unique lifestyle influenced by their environment. The reindeer Chukchi rely heavily on domesticated reindeer for their way of life. These animals are crucial for transportation and provide milk, meat, and fur. On the other hand, the maritime Chukchi depend on the sea for their food, engaging in hunting sea mammals and fishing in the coastal waters. Their different lifestyles are reflected in their homes. The reindeer Chukchi live in mobile tents that move with seasonal grazing patterns, while the maritime Chukchi settle in permanent villages. Transportation also varies between the two groups. The reindeer Chukchi use sleds pulled by reindeer or dogs, while the maritime Chukchi navigate the waters using boats made from wooden frames and animal skins. Despite these differences, both groups share similar spiritual beliefs based on shamanism. They believe in invisible spirits that inhabit the natural world and hold shamanic ceremonies for healing and divination. Communal festivals, which often include ritual sacrifices, highlight their strong connection to their cultural practices and the spiritual realm. Cargo cult. Cargo cults, particularly rooted in Melanesia, with a strong presence in Papua New Guinea and surrounding islands. These religious movements began during the colonial era and have continued into modern times. The cargo cult phenomenon arose as a response to interactions with technologically advanced societies, especially Westerners during the colonial period. Indigenous people, noticing the vast material wealth of these outsiders, came to believe they were favored by powerful supernatural beings. Their rituals often mimic Western behaviors and practices, hoping to attract similar blessings. This can include constructing mock airstrips, control towers, and airplanes using local materials like bamboo, palm leaves, and thatch. These replicas are designed to resemble the modern infrastructure associated with transportation and communication. The term cargo cult reflects the core beliefs that valuable goods, referred to as cargo, will be delivered to the faithful by supernatural means, often envisioned as arriving via airplanes or ships. Cargo specifically points to the imported items that were highly sought after by indigenous populations during the colonial times, including manufactured goods, food, and various resources. One notable incident tied to cargo cults occurred in 1974 when a group of Melanesian rebels took over an Air France flight, known as the Ta hostage crisis. This event was fueled by the belief that the airplane would transport them to their ancestors' promised land. Although many cargo cults advocate for peaceful intentions, there have been links to violence and conflict, especially during times of social upheaval and political strife. Nevertheless, many followers are simply searching for a better life aligned with their spiritual beliefs. The cargo cult phenomenon continues to captivate archaeologists, historians, and sociologists due to its unique combination of indigenous spirituality, cultural adaptation, and encounters with modernity. These tribes are living reminders of worlds that exist far beyond the grasp of modern civilization, each holding onto traditions that are as fascinating as they are terrifying. Would you dare to venture into the unknown and meet any of these tribes? Which tribe's way of life intrigued you the most? And which one sent chills down your spine? Do you think these tribes should remain isolated, or should the world try to connect with them? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, take a look at this other one here.